All right, let me jump in and let's start with the praise break moment. And I think I'm going to keep everything today very, very similar on the same plane as the message on yesterday. And so we will be dealing with a little bit about water and needing saving. So my praise break comes to me as a thought from something that happened to me quite some time ago. I was a little boy, and naturally, we would go to Lake Michigan. We didn't have the luxury of being able to get to Santa Cruz, Pacific Ocean, all the stuff that we got in California. In the Midwest, you had to get to Lake Michigan. And so at Lake Michigan, me and my friends would get in the water, and none of us knew how to swim, but we'd be in the water just splashing and playing. At any rate, one of my friends that kind of ushered me, let's go out a little further. And we went out a little further. And let's go out a little bit more further, a little bit further. And go out a little bit more further. And we kept going out, kept going out. And as far as we went out, we were safe because we could stand up. You know, there was sand beneath our feet. And although the water was getting high, there was sand beneath our feet. And so we weren't scared. There was nothing about it that was unusual. We were just marching out. But what we didn't know is that as we would journey out, the further we came, it was kind of a man-made piece of the beach, that there was a cliff that was an immediate drop-off. Meaning that if you get to a certain point, it goes from standing on sand to standing on nothing. And it basically drops straight down into the lake. So I'm going out a little further, and we all kind of in our own space, but little did I know there was nothing there, and I stepped off the edge. Yeah, I stepped off the edge. I went over the edge. And as I went over the edge, I knew I was in trouble. You know, you automatically know you're in trouble when you go over the edge. And so, not knowing how to swim, not seeing nobody that can probably come and help me, maybe my friends, but I was in a dire situation. Now, my praise break moment and the shout comes with what happened that got me back on sand. What got me back on sand was just a move. All I had to do was wave my arms in the water backwards, wave my hands, and somehow, some way, I found myself back on the sand. Now, I had stepped off for sure, but the move that got me back was for me to wave my hands and get back on level ground. And maybe spiritually, that is what some of us need to remember how to do in our circumstances that we find ourselves stepping off the deep end about. I wonder, can you give God praise when you're in trouble? When you're in trouble, I wonder, can you lift your hands? I wonder, can they go up and can they take you back? Can you worship him with a halal praise so that you can get yourself back to where you need to be on solid ground? I pray that's a praise break for somebody, because we need to know that worship is a weapon. It's a weapon that we can battle with. It's something that we all walk through this life and end up in deep water sometime. We end up stepping off into a realm that we not prepared to be able to swim in. But thanks be to God that God allowed me to make that one move so that I can get my feet back on the solid ground. And I believe that is what the psalmist said when he says he picked me up, turned me around, placed my feet on solid ground. If God did it for you, why don't you put it in the chat? Amen. That's all I got for a praise break moment. I pray that that is for somebody, and you just remember that when you need, all I had to do, wave my hand. If you can't do anything else, wave your hand. That was the only move I had, the only thing I could do. And even if I was drowning, the only move I can make is to wave my hand.